This is thirsty voice.
Bottoms up. I'm your host, Frankie Chanette. Today, we have an internationally recognized motivational speaker, author, and disability advocate. You may know him from his viral TikToks or for summiting Mount Kilimanjaro. I'm honored to introduce our thirst trap of the week, Spencer West. Hello.
Hi, Frankie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I've seen you around town a few times, but we never met.
No, I'm so happy to finally meet you.
Maybe I was shy. I think I was shy and nervous.
And I get the same, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
well then, there we go.
it didn't work out for us, but
Yeah, now we're here. And that's what matters.
That's right.
Okay, so we want to talk about a bunch of different things today, but let's start off maybe with some of the origin story. So you're from Wyoming,
Yes.
but you're here now full time.
Yes.
What was the reason to make the move?
Yeah, so I from Wyoming, I moved to Utah, of all places. Very gay friendly, not at all. And went to university there, and then moved from there to Phoenix, Arizona, where I was like working in corporate America and hating my life and where sort of my whole career path had gone. I was really disappointed. I couldn't find a job in my field. And so I was talking to a friend saying, hey, I need to like shake things up. And he invited me to go on a volunteer trip to Kenya, which changed my life. And the organization that I'd volunteered with was based here in Toronto.
Okay.
So I came up here for an interview, and I was only going to live here for 2 years.
Okay.
It's almost been 20. I've never left, and I'm like a full-fledged citizen now and all the things. Yeah.
So what hooked you aside from the job?
I always wanted to live in New York City.
Okay.
But I never had a reason to.
Okay.
And from my perspective, like a young gay boy from Wyoming, I was like, I feel like I'm not going to make it there if I don't have a reason.
Yeah.
So when this came along, I was like, oh, it's like New York light. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Toronto feels just as exciting.
It is. I mean, New York light, New York but a little cleaner.
Totally.
New York but a little nicer.
Totally.
Like,
Everything you're saying is right.
I'm with you. I love New York. I'm from Vancouver, but
Yeah.
growing up as a kid, it's like New York, like it's the place of dreams.
Totally.
But then
Exactly.
Toronto, I was like, oh, Toronto is the place of dreams.
Yeah,
so
it's, like, doable.
Exactly. So you've been in the game for a little while. How are like trends, changing in terms of, obviously now social media, being a content creator is such a huge part. Maybe when you started, like less so. So how do you find that you like go with the trends, go with the vibes? Like what's different for you now?
Yeah, this will age me, but like Instagram wasn't around yet. Like we only had Facebook.
Yeah.
Before that was MySpace. So
I wanted you to say these things. I didn't want to allude to anything
No, it's fine.
about
I'll
your
say them.
age, but
Yeah.
yes, there we go.
So yeah, I was like an adopter of all the things as they came about. I think for me, I was doing social media for so long that it didn't really take off until like 2021. I like turned 40 and I was like, I don't know what TikTok's all about, but like, well, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And very quickly 2 videos went viral, and then everything sort of took off from there. I don't know if I'm good at staying on top of the trends, truthfully. Every now and then I can like amalgamate it with the content that I create. But, my content is mostly educational about the intersection of being queer and disabled and what that experience is like. But every now and then, like if there's a good dance trend, I can jump onto it. Like I just did Madonna's Danceteria trend.
Okay.
I mean,
I know zero trends, so I'm just
Fine.
going to nod and smile. But yeah, I know Madonna.
Yeah.
She's a singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but continue.
yeah, no, and that's really it. So like I do less about like what's trending and more about like either what I'm learning or what I want to share with people to help them understand how they can be better allies for our community or the disability community. So I wouldn't say that I'm on trend with most things.
But you would say then that like you have an audience because like you have a unique story to share. Like,
Yeah.
because I love asking creators, especially big creators, like what they think the secret sauce is. Maybe it's more obvious for you, but like, is that what you think? It's just about having that unique perspective, that unique story.
Yeah, I think so. And, one of the rules that we always have is if we can show, that's better than just telling. So we can show and tell at the same time. So like actually, I've got a video coming out about how I swim. And so I'm literally showing folks like how I swim in a pool with, I've got like a little Osmo Pro, which is like similar to a GoPro at the bottom of the pool, and I like swim over it. So I find those sorts of things to give people an idea of like how I navigate the world.
Yeah.
Tend to work. And then I always try to incorporate a lot of humor into my videos
Yeah.
because that's just who I am, and I just like really enjoy laughing. So and that also disarms people because I know seeing somebody like me without legs can be a bit jarring. So I try to add some humor to make people feel comfortable. And just because I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you always like I recently saw the like how you drive. It's like now we have the how you swim. Was that's not how you started though, like on social media, or what were your first viral like TikToks?
Yeah, the first viral TikTok was this trend at the time that was like tell me you're short without telling me that you're short. And I just walked in front of the camera and like was like, I guess this is it. And then like, I mean, that one was a bit cheating and not on purpose, but like I'm friends with Demi Lovato and she thought it was so funny and she reposted it. It wasn't something that I asked her to do. So like that one blew up. But then I did another one a few days later where I was jumping around to this, like, I don't know if you remember this audio. It was like a big trend at the time. It was like, oh my God, wee. It's okay if you don't remember.
Again.
But it was big at the time. And I like was just literally jumping on my hands around my apartment.
Okay.
And I just looked at this the other day. It's got 262 million views to date. And Frank, it was like so silly because part of me was like, I've like climbed Kilimanjaro and done all these things.
Yeah.
But the minute I jump around my apartment, people are like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for.
And that was sort of my next question. Like, is it when I find, because I also started maybe my career in an age like before social media, like the dumbing down of it all, like, is it something that you struggle with where you're like, okay, well, yeah, like I've done these huge feats in my life, but the thing that's going to get attention is that, like, is that something that you're just like, that's the trend, so I'm gonna like, go with it.
Yeah, it just happened that way. That's the video that really took off. But then I was like, great, now that you're here, like I have some stuff to say.
Absolutely.
And some stuff to tell you and things that you should know to be better humans.
Yeah, I think that's a good tip for creators too. It's like if you know you might have all these stories to share and like these big things you want to do, but it's not necessarily going to be the thing that gets you the audience. So
Correct.
do something a little like silly or different and then, you know, start weaving in some of those messages. Have you ever posted something that got a lot of heat either from like the disability community, the queer community, like any post that stands out as like something you had to like take down or...
No, I can't think of a post where I've gotten a lot of heat. I'll get a lot of like angry people when I point out like ableist sort of systems.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is I made a video once that I was like, if you're in the public washroom and you don't need to use the accessible stall, leave it open. And everyone lost their mind and was like, what do you mean? I can use that. And then literally everyone was like, well, what if it's an emergency? And I was like, well, yes, then use it. But like, I don't know if we can swear in your podcast, but like, is everyone shitting their pants all of the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it can't be the case.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I get things like that.
Are you engaged with the comments kind of creator, or do you like leave it?
I do a mix.
Okay.
I do a mix. So usually when I post a video, I'll do the first 30 minutes, and then if something is like really gaining traction or people are really pissed, then I'll go in and answer some. But I'm so glad that like this all happened at my age. Like it happened when I turned 40, but I'm 45 now. It's like I don't care.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna engage with that because it's just someone behind a keyboard who's angry at something about their own life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not going to waste my energy on that.
Yeah.
I try to keep the community safe as much as possible, but for me, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you're if anything a calm engager, not a
Is that a real term?
A calm engager?
Yeah.
No, I just made it
I love
up.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
A calm engager. I'm trying to think of what other things. There's calm engager. There's angry engager.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna work on that.
Great.
A lot of people you must hear a lot that like you're inspiring. Is that something that you feel you have like a pressure now, like when you've probably heard that so many times, like you're an inspiration? Is that something that you're like, fuck yeah, I'm an inspiration? Or are you like, oh, like it's a pressure to continue that to uphold that?
I mean, there's always like a little bit of pressure. You want to like do well, because this is part of my livelihood. But I have a really complicated relationship with the word inspiring because a lot of disabled folks get that term a lot.
Yes.
And in our community, we call it inspiration porn, which is basically using my life to make you feel better about your life. So I've said so many people be like, oh, seeing you out here today, like out in the community reminds me that my life isn't so bad. And I'm like, I know you think that's nice, horrible. But it feels like a slap in the face
really
of like seeing you and your life must be so hard makes me feel so much better about my life. Yeah. It's like, oh God. So I have such a complicated relationship with the word. So I don't love the word inspiring. But if people, if they feel empowered by my content, then that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a little bit of pressure to perform for sure.
What is a question you get asked like the most that you just hate? Like your least favorite question to be asked?
Girl, more people want to know about my penis than anything else in the world.
Is this like a DM situation then?
Everywhere. Comments, DMs, in person. It happens all. And we addressed it for the first couple of years. We did jokes about it. And I used to end every video with, and I go to the bathroom just like everyone else. Yeah. But then it was like, okay, it's just fueling more people are interested now. And it just keeps going and going. So we've stopped really addressing it now because I've answered it 1,000 times. And like people's understanding of basic anatomy like is always so baffling to me. I was like, my penis isn't connected to my legs.
There
so
we
like,
go. Yeah.
that's the most asked question that I get all of the time.
Okay, and it's also the least favorite.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So no more of that.
That's right. Thank you.
Are you do you reply to DMs a lot, or do you get too many?
I don't. You know, when it all sort of happened, I kind of made a rule for myself that if I can't reply to everyone, then I'm going to reply to no one. And whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
That's fair.
But that's like sort of the boundary that I put for myself.
Okay.
There, on a rare occasion, if somebody's looking for something or have a resource that I can give someone, sure. But for the most part, no. I sort of just like leave that.
Do you self vet or do you have a vetter?
I self vet.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
good. Okay,
yeah.
because I mean, you might get a lot of DMs. I don't know. I don't know how much your DMs are blowing up.
I mean, it's medium. It's not like a ton every day, but it's enough that I'm like, I can't keep up with all of this.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, but not, you can still vet it. Got
Totally.
it. Okay. Obviously, we love to talk about dating, relationships, love on our podcast. So we want to ask you a few questions. So you met your partner on Grindr. Is that
did.
fact check correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Was that like why you were on the app? Was it like what you had expected? Like was that the goal at the time?
I mean, I think I was like everyone else. You're on there. Well, I shouldn't say everyone else, but for me, I was like looking for love. But if there's something in between, that's fine too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the way my partner was such a fluke because I had two friends over and one of them is a heterosexual woman. And she was like, oh, I've never seen Grindr. So my other gay friend and I were like, oh, let's show you.
Okay.
So he like was using my phone and my profile and he came across my partner's name is Mario, his profile. And you know how you can tap on Grindr. He was like, this is how you tap. And then he was like,
oh, wow.
oh, I tapped by accident. And I was like, that's okay. He's cute. Maybe he'll respond.
Okay.
And then he did.
Oh my God.
And now we've been together for 4 years.
So it was an accident in terms of just like, that was not,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, so we looked together, we all picked one perfect man.
I know.
And then we tapped, we all like all at once, like 1, 2, 3, go.
No.
But no, it was an accident.
Legit accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My partner keeps saying that the story is a lie, but I have two witnesses that can corroborate my side. So
my partner also says our story is a lie, like how we met. And I'm like, girl, shut up. I'm a Virgo. I know my shit. So like you don't. Yeah.
that's right.
Okay. So then obviously we talked about the least favorite question in general.
Mm-hmm.
How about the least favorite question, like when you were on the apps, like what it must like I am fascinated and curious, like what people would say or what. Yeah. So what comes to mind?
Honestly, it was the same.
Okay. Fair.
So I started to put my profile description used to read, no, your eyes aren't deceiving you. I don't have any legs. And although I don't like camping, I can still pitch a tent.
Okay. Okay.
So if people were reading,
Witty.
yeah, they could know that like I was trying to like be funny, but also be like, girl, I know why we're
be
here and we're going to talk about this
informative.
eventually, but let's
skip let's like, I mean, with anyone who's looking to date or fuck, I mean, you do want to kind of get past what am I trying to say? The efficiency brain in me is like, you want to eliminate as much of the pre-talk as possible.
Exactly.
So if you do say a few things in the bio, then hopefully we're like skipping through those. But I'm going to guess the average Grindr user was not as smart as they should be. And they maybe either didn't get it or they didn't read it in the first place.
Correct. And that's something that I didn't expect. When I first like joined Grindr and was like really like looking, I thought, oh, like I have photos of myself in a wheelchair and with standing on my hands. People will notice.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that people don't really look.
Got it.
And so then like halfway through it, we'd like go to meet and I'd be like, oh, by the way, I'm sure you saw, but like, obviously I don't have any legs. I'm a wheelchair user. And they'd be like, what?
Shut up.
And then they would block me. They would get angry. They would like, I know. So then
But you had photo, like obviously you had, I'm assuming you weren't just like.
No, it wasn't just my head.
My face.
Yeah,
Could you
no.
imagine? Okay. So people are just dumb.
Yeah.
Did it ever go as far as like meeting someone and they didn't know like at the meeting point?
No,
or
no.
You were always like,
no,
I'm going to just tell them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a double.
Yeah.
A
So
double
that's why
check.
I started then including explicitly in my profile. So at least it helped a little bit weed out some of the folks that weren't interested or some of the folks that like weren't paying attention.
We talk a lot about, fetish. I can't say it. Fetishizing.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Fetishizing.
I think that's the word.
Fetishize. Okay, well, I'm going to go home and practice that one.
Perfect.
What I mean to be saying is we talk a lot about people who have fetishes over types of different people. Do you feel like you experienced that? I mean, I'm going to assume you experienced it, but was it rampant? How did you deal with it? Like, how did you know if someone was like wanting to engage with you for this reason or that reason? Like, did you have systems in place?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell when at least I could kind of tell when people were like, this is more of like a fantasy than anything else. I had one guy once a long time ago. He wanted me to send me a video of me walking on my hands with no clothes on.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm like, fair.
Yeah. And so I got that a couple times where people like wanted to watch me walk. And listen, I'm not kink shaming by any means.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If that's your thing, like great, but I'm not going to be the girl that's going to do that for you.
Yeah,
you know?
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were like some experiences that
Yeah, and I think people wanted to like, I think some people wanted the experience to just say that they, you know, either dated or had sex with someone
Yeah.
that looks like me.
Yeah.
But I again, I could usually tell right away if that was the case. So
Got
I
it.
wasn't usually interested.
so the vetting was like just again using
Vibes.
basic
yeah,
logic,
That's right.
reasoning, having EQ.
correct.
And then I'm assuming there wasn't any, or I'm hoping there weren't any, were there Grindr horror? I mean, we all have a Grindr horror story, but do you like, were there situations where like the vetting wasn't good and it just came to a point where you were like, oh God, like this was a mistake?
No, I never got that far to be in person. Sure, you'd talk to someone for a week or two.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, then I'd, you know, make sure that they knew that I had a disability, and
Yeah.
then they would be furious that I didn't tell them, or like
Crazy.
disgusted and all the things. So, and this is stuff that lots of queer disabled people experience all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now you are partnered.
Yes.
No more Grindr.
No.
No more Grindr.
No.
So what is the biggest misconception that people have about your relationship?
Oh,
If any, maybe there's none.
I don't know. I think maybe, and I don't know this to be 100% true, but so there's a term for us called interabled couple.
Okay.
Meaning he's non-disabled and I am disabled.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And so I do think sometimes people assume that maybe he like takes care of me. But like, that's not really a thing. Sure, there's some small things here and there, but
Yeah.
like he's not a caregiver. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I have a lot of privilege with my disability. So I lived independently most of my life.
Yeah.
And so that would be my guess. But like, I don't know. I don't talk like he's in some of my videos and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
but it's
someone
not
that,
like a featurette. Like,
it's like that's something that I kind of keep for myself.
Cool.
You know.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. We talk a lot about, queer men, body image, gay spaces. Where are we at with, what is your take on gay bars and clubs and their inaccessibility? I'm assuming you have like a lot of thoughts on this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're so inaccessible, and that was like such a disappointment to me. Of like when I came out, I was like, great, I did the thing.
Yeah.
like I came out, I was brave. Now I can just like show up and experience all the things that queer culture has to offer. And I was like, oh, cool. I can't get even in the door.
Yeah.
Or I can't access the washroom or on a dance floor. Like I can't get down and dance on my hands because there's too many people and it's too packed. And,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, it's like one of the most inaccessible spaces that I've been in, specifically here in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say Vancouver is better.
Yeah. And I haven't been out too much in Vancouver,
Okay. Cause
truthfully.
like when my partner broke his foot,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously like, again, not like making the comparison, but
Yeah.
that illuminated.
Totally.
Like, and I understand it was just a small thing, broken foot. It's many people have much more severe situations that they're in, but like
Yeah.
that really illuminated like, wait, Toronto is, there's not a bathroom on this floor. There's
No.
not this. Like, I'm pretty sure Vancouver, everything has to have like some degree of accessibility. Don't quote me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But like, so yeah, why is it so bad here specifically?
I mean, it's a whole slew of things. I think, it's just old buildings and, people not having enough money to convert to accessibility.
Yeah.
Or, we could go round and round and round. But at the end of the day, we're not seen as valuable enough to be considered to join Cruise and Tango or, whatever the bar may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really frustrating. There isn't a lot of queer culture for disabled folks because we can't even get in the door. So like meeting people in person can't really do it.
Yeah. Is this something that you like, have you just kind of accepted, like, this is the city I live in and this is the situation and like, it's not going to change? Or is it something that you still like push to see if we can make changes?
Yeah, I would like it to be different. Now that I have a partner, we don't like go out a ton, but there's still a lot of queer disabled folks that want to be able to have access to those things. So I often, will not go there. I will not give my money to those specific places. Where that's actually moving the needle, not, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, even just us talking about this right now, it's like Church Street could do a much better job of making things accessible. Pride is another example. Like, I go to Pride and I walk the street and that's it, because nothing else is really that accessible to me.
Yeah.
Like I can't really go to the parades. Like I'm too short. And washrooms are very scarce on Church Street. And that's like one of the big things for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish that we could do better. And what I wish is every bar and every, like the Pride committee would have a disabled person
on the
staff or consulting for them to help them understand how we can make things more accessible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully someone is listening and we can do a little bit better. And again, as you said, it is hard. It's like it's a complex situation, but clearly more needs to be done.
Yeah.
Your book,
yes,
pivoting, hard pivot, breaking free. Have you always wanted to write a book, and how did this particular opportunity come to be?
Yeah, so this is, although it's technically my second book, my first book was printed through a company I used to work for.
Okay.
So we're sort of counting this as like my first real book, because it's like with a real publisher and.
Got it.
To make a very like long story short, I was giving a virtual keynote, because that's really my full-time job as a motivational speaker. And it was virtually, and a couple days later got an email from this woman in New York. Her name's Kirsten, and she said, "Hey, my husband was in the audience and I'm a literary agent out of New York and I love your story. Have you ever wanted to write a book?" And I was like, "Yes, I have." And so that's how it sort of came about. And
okay, nice.
2 years later, here we are. It's called Breaking Free. Stop following expectations and start following yourself. And it's basically about my journey of letting go of all the expectations that have put on me since I was born, from you should be just like everyone else. Don't see yourself as disabled. Be a heterosexual man who should marry a woman and have kids, all of those things. So I talk about all the ways that I broke free of those expectations. And then I didn't want this book to just be about me. So at the end of every chapter, there's like questions and exercises for people to do to break free in their own life. So use my life as an example in hopes that this will help other people get unstuck from maybe a job that they don't want to be in anymore, a relationship they don't want to be in, or, move to a new city. Hopefully this will help guide them a little bit towards making that decision.
Nice.
Yeah.
You talked about people setting these expectations for you that were, be straight, obviously bad ones. Who was the person most in your life that, like, I guess did the opposite, like let you reach whatever expectation that you wanted to reach?
Yeah. I mean, my parents were really great, and I'm really grateful that they were both very supportive when I did come out. But I would say, like, I had two best friends that I've had since grade 6, who were just like always there for me. One came out first, which he inspired me to come out, that's one of like the main stories in the book. And the other friend is my friend Marcy, who not only was just so supportive, but like I was very much like the good Catholic boy who followed all the rules and everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And my friend Marcy, she said this a million times. She's like, my job as your friend is to shove you out of your comfort zone as violently as possible. And I needed it.
Did she say that as a grade 6?
No.
Okay,
Imagine.
I'm like, she's freaking wise.
I know.
So why is grade 6?
I know. No, this much later, but
Got it.
but that
so
was.
but you're still like, you guys stayed friends. Oh, my gosh. That's so, that's very cool.
Yeah. My best friend John is married to his husband in New York City. He works in interior design, and it's awesome. So yeah, I'm still in touch with both of them.
Okay, nice, nice. So that, like, the two of them, those are the ones that you would attribute most.
Yeah.
You have obviously achieved, so many things that many people just will not achieve. Has success made you feel more free? Has it given you different expectations to live up to? Are you always trying to like one up like the Mount Kilimanjaro experience? Or like, are you at like a peace with like success doesn't have to be something that we continually chase?
Yeah, as I've gotten older, and this is something like I think a lot of disabled people will understand, there's this weird thing that we define success by how much our bodies can produce. And I was in that trap for a really long time. Specifically at my previous job, I was like run ragged to the point where I was having a panic attack and ended up going to therapy and. So now I'm kind of at a space where, other than like promotion for this book, I'm like, I don't define success by that anymore, by how much I can produce or what's the next big thing. If there is a next big thing, great.
Yeah.
Like right now it's this book to get people, excited and hopefully get it in people's hands that need it. But right now it's just continuing to speak and continuing to spread the message and hopefully empower people to look at challenges differently, and also, build some more allies for our community and the queer community and for disabled folks as well. So, just as long as I feel like I'm doing good, then that feels like enough for me. Obviously, I want to make money and I'd like to stay relevant, but like if I'm not, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to die.
Yeah. Is there a goal or a dream that you haven't achieved that you are working towards?
Yeah, I think I would like to transition from solely social media to more traditional media. I mean, we've never really seen a gay disabled host in late night. We've never seen a gay disabled host in general for TV. So I would love to do something of that nature potentially. So we'll see.
Yeah, it seems like we still have a long way to go.
Totally.
In media.
Totally.
Like I'm trying to think of, as you know, I love reality TV.
Yeah.
And even that, like the contestants with, I mean, we've had like a ADHD contestant on a show. Like I really, like I'm not, but that's the thing. I'm really trying. I watch these shows all the time, and I'm like, I competed on a show, and one of the girls on my team, I guess she was missing her right arm.
Yeah.
Like that was actually the first, I was like, dang, okay, this is cool. Cause it was like a physical competition show. And I was like, fuck yeah. But no, we really, and again, it probably comes down to, as you said, either people not caring enough or the money and the cost of accommodation being too much. And that's shitty. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, good luck in those, in all of those dreams and aspirations.
Thank you so much.
As you know, Drag Race is a big featurette of our podcast.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the finale of All Stars?
I did.
Of US All Stars. Are you happy with the winner?
I am. Listen, I love Crystal Method.
I know. The long breath.
Okay. I know. I am. I love Crystal Method. And Joey J is amazing, and from Arizona as well. It was like interesting because I was like, oh, I think I personally like Joey J's lip sync better.
Okay.
Than Crystal Method's.
Yeah.
But this is the tricky thing. I never know how they actually decide at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, I almost thought, because Rue took such a long time, I was like, will this be like a tie winner?
Yeah.
And then she said Crystal Method, which is great. But I really liked both of them, and I liked who ended up in the end. But I think what'll be cool about Crystal Method is she's like Jimbo. She's such like a quirky queen that I think it's good to not always have like the sparkly put together queen, and to have someone that's a bit more outside of the box. You know what I mean?
I try to always look at it as it's no longer just about who is the best. It's also about, there is like a mantle of the winners, and it's about, we want to be representing different types of queens and backgrounds, et cetera. So I definitely think Crystal Method does that very well. But I will say, like, All Stars has to like get better at what appears to be rigging like multiple challenges for the person that ends up winning, because it's so, it's like the queen doesn't have to win like both semifinal challenges to become the ultimate winner. So I want to like, I always feel like maybe someone at World of Wonder is listening. So I'm always just like, I like to put my little things out there. Like, let's just make it a little less obvious. Like, we don't need to like shove it down our throats that like this person deserves to win.
Totally.
Because Crystal Method was my winner from the beginning.
Yeah.
But then when they kept giving her all the wins, I was like, maybe I don't want her to win anymore. Like, it's like, why are you making the fandom react like this? Because that's what happened with Ginger Minj. Like, Ginger Minj was amazing, but then we were getting annoyed at like how much she was winning.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't do that to them.
I know.
Like, we love them.
I know. It's so tricky. And as the franchise continues to grow, girl, I can't keep up.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I have a podcast about it and I can't keep up.
I know.
So to anyone who doesn't have a podcast about it, I'm never judgy. I'm like, yeah. Have you started Canada's All Stars?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And that's one of the like.
Add it to your list.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't keep up. It's like we just had All Stars. We had season 18 before, or whatever, 19.
And All Stars Canada and All Stars US were happening at the same time until now. So now it's like you can take a week off.
Exactly, and then I'll jump back in.
Catch up. It's just, you'll only be 3 episodes behind.
Yeah, because I'm curious to see like an all drag panel like that.
Yes.
That's we've never seen that before, and I'm so excited about that. As much as I love Michelle and all the other folks, it's like, oh, but these are the people that are actually in drag all the time.
Yes.
So,
no, it's been good. Yeah. It's a great season.
Great. Okay.
And
I'll jump in.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. So
thank you.
We'll chat about it when you watch it.
I've watched, yeah.
Okay, our last segment of the episode is our games segment, GAYMES. So we have a few games for you. The first one is Am I the Asshole? Okay. We do this a lot. We basically tell you a story of someone you typically on Reddit, and you decide if they're the asshole or not.
Okay.
I didn't disclose my disability on a dating app before meeting up, and my date was visibly caught off guard and left the date early. Was that on me or was that on them? Am I the asshole?
I mean, I don't think they're the asshole.
Okay.
I guess, but there's a part of me that lives in a world where I want to think that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That it shouldn't matter.
I know.
So in my mind, I think it would be the reason why you didn't disclose. You know what I mean? If you were looking for a gotcha moment, then that would be shitty, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if that's something that, I don't know what the rules are.
Fair.
You know
no,
what I mean?
absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I was talking to girlfriend experience about this, and it was kind of, I asked her, as a trans woman,
Mm-hmm.
do you disclose? Do you think you should disclose? And her answer was, she started off by saying like, 50% of people are going to disagree with me on this.
Totally.
But like, she explained why disclosure keeps her safe,
Yep.
why and it was very compelling. And I was like, well, that sounds great. But I'm sure another guest who said no, and it shouldn't matter would also be very compelling. So
Totally.
it's tricky. As
Yeah.
you said, like the world we want to live in, maybe versus the world that we do live in.
Correct. That's why I started to disclose, because I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it just made things easier.
Yeah,
To weed out the
absolutely.
assholes.
But this person is not the asshole.
No.
Okay, would you rather
Great.
write another book or climb Kilimanjaro again?
Oh my God, write another book.
Is that because you're like, I've been there, done that?
Girl, it was awful. Like climbing Kilimanjaro was awful, and I don't like camping. And so you camp in a tent on the ground for 8.5 days.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
I don't like that.
I mean, I shared a tent with my 2 best friends, and they're very handsome, so like that was nice. But like other than that, no, thank you.
No, I'm happy you did it.
Thank you.
I'm happy you did it. But yeah, it sounds very challenging.
Yeah.
Be recognized everywhere or be recognized nowhere.
I don't care. So like I guess recognize nowhere. Like it doesn't matter to me. But it's so hard because I don't have legs. Like people recognize me all the time. Not necessarily for who I am, but just like, oh, there's that guy without legs. You know what I mean?
Fair. Okay, fair.
Yeah. So I guess not recognized at all, since it's been recognized my whole life.
Fair.
Yeah.
The funniest person in the room or the smartest? Be the funniest person in the room or be the smartest person in the room?
Oh, funniest.
Okay.
Yeah. I think sometimes being the smartest person in the room can be a bit cocky and off-putting.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, finish the sentence. Gay men should stop ...
Being ableist.
Fair. I suppose any men or any people should
Correct,
stop.
but gay men in particular.
Okay,
Yeah.
are we worse? Are they worse? Like,
Yes.
I knew the answer was
Yeah,
gonna be yes,
yeah.
but
Like I have a decent body, but this still was not desirable. You know what I
got it.
mean?
That's what I
Yeah.
I actually did have a question on the card earlier about like body image being so important in the gay community and how that would translate to like someone with
Yeah.
a disability. Like,
Yeah,
I presume it just sucked. Like,
did.
Yeah, okay.
It did. Yeah, I don't have the ideal body.
Yeah.
Even though I did work out and try to do all the things, I don't really do that much anymore. But yeah, it was awful. So not only can I not get in the spaces, but this is not a body that's desirable.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I can't win.
Yeah. So be less ableist. Good
That's
answer. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is ...
Oh, shit. The biggest lie we tell ourselves. The first thing that comes to my mind is, and I think Madonna said this, she was like, even though it shouldn't matter, it does.
Okay.
You know, every now and then when you can't access a space or can't do something, you're like, oh, it's fine. But
Yeah.
it kind of does matter a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like we don't have to just like shrug things off if and when we should
Yeah.
want to change them or want more for ourselves or want more
Yeah.
for like, yeah, no, I think it's great.
Great. Thank you.
Happiness is.
Oh, happiness is community.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, on that lovely note, we recently partnered with Arai. Arai is sponsoring our episodes, sponsoring my fits. They would also like to give you a $50 gift card.
That's nice.
To spend at Arai. They have menswear. It's great. So we'll make sure we send that over
Thank
to you
you. Thanks,
right
Arai.
away. Anything other than the book that you are promoting or wanting people, or where can people get the book? That I think is the most important question.
Yeah, I mean, they can get it on Amazon or anywhere books are sold, at Glad Day Bookshop here in Toronto. And yeah, you can just check out my website at spencertothewest.com. All my info's there on how to book me as a speaker, all my social media, and.
Nice.
Yeah.
And anything else that you're promoting, doing, about to do? Can people like, I guess, are most of your gigs, they're not like for the public people to attend. They're typically
Yeah.
closed group
Yeah. Most of them are,
situations?
I'm hired by a company and
Yes.
it's for their employees or whatever. Yeah, I mean, we could potentially look at doing live events at some point. We did one for my book launch, which was fun, but no, most of them are closed doors.
Okay, sweet. Well,
Yeah.
in that case, follow on TikTok, Instagram. Your handle is
Spencer to the West, the number 2.
Spencer to the West. You can also follow me, Frankie Chetta. You can follow Thirsty Boys. We are on the Sonar Network now, which means episodes come out every other Thirsty Thursday. Spencer West, thank you so much.
Thanks, Frankie.
I'm your host, Frankie Chetta. Stay thirsty.